Right, good morning and welcome to your Tuesday yoga practice. If you'd like to, let's start with our hands together in front of heart center and chant a long round of Om. Always optional. And the idea behind Om is that this is the sound of all of the sounds vibrating together as one. So the sound of consciousness, the sound of the universe, the sound of it all. Inhale deeply for a long Om. Release your hands to your knees and let's draw some of our big familiar circles, inhaling the heart forward and exhaling the heart back. You can lift the chin as you inhale and tuck the chin as you exhale. Maybe closing the eyes here, noticing where you feel sensation. And when you're ready, switch directions of the circles. Delia's getting some help from her little one. Return to center, sit tall, and let's explore Navasana boat pose. As always, you've got options. There are layers to everything. Go as comfortable as far as feels comfortable. So plant your hands behind you, perhaps drawing your inner elbows together. Feel the shoulder blades hug the spine and slide down, navel to spine. Maybe here you start to float your toes off the ground. You can keep your hands anchored or bring them to your thighs. You can keep your toes near the ground or shins towards parallel. Let's say about 3 more slow, steady breaths wherever you go. Maybe you release your hands. Notice if your mind is darting around. And come back with a big breath. Let's all hook our right ankle over the left ankle if you're able to lift your legs towards parallel. Try to tear your legs apart while keeping the ankles hooked. Bring your hands together. Hands to the left of your legs. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, hands to the right of your legs. Keep lengthening your spine. Inhale back to neutral. See if you can hook the left ankle over the right. We've got to fire up the core. Hands together, hands to the left of your legs. Breathe in, engage your core. Exhale, twist to the other side. Good morning. Set your legs down, crossing now the non-dominant leg in front. Hands on knees, draw some circles, inhaling forward and exhaling back. And switch directions. And return to neutral. Sit tall. Soften your gaze, maybe closing your eyes or looking down your cheeks. I'll share a quote from the Dalai Lama. When we feel love and kindness towards others, it not only makes others feel loved and cared for, but it helps us to develop inner happiness and peace. When we feel love and kindness towards others, it not only makes others feel loved and cared for, but it helps us to develop inner happiness and peace. Inhale, reach out and up, spread your fingers wide. Exhale, twist to your left, lower your hands down. Keep lengthening your crown, anchoring down through your seat. Inhale, out and up with the arms. Exhale, twisting to the other side, lowering your hands. Inhale back to neutral and right into tabletop. Pass through cow and cat and tabletop, being mindful of how your hands meet the earth. Maybe pressing the tops of your feet more consciously into the earth than usual. Notice the quality of your breath. Does a full breath come easily and smoothly? Does it feel rigid and shallow? Try to resist making any judgments about how things go, but just observe with neutrality. The idea of good and bad is a human concoction. Plant your right hand and lift your left hand to the sky. Pause for a breath or two here. Another big inhale. And exhale, weave your left hand under the right, resting your left shoulder on the earth. A breath or two here. Keep gentle engagement of your abdominal muscles, always supporting the spine in that way. And with an inhale, press your right hand into the earth, plant your left hand. Inhale, reach the right fingertips to the sky, and stay for a couple of breaths. On an exhale, thread your right arm under the left, resting on your right shoulder. Again, gentle engagement of your abdominal muscles. Full breath. Noticing how the breath changes as we change and twist our body. Press your left hand into the earth, return to tabletop, tuck your toes right away. Inhale and exhale, send your hips high. Downward facing dog, maybe you generously bend your knees and sway your hips side to side. Inhale, look forward, and exhale, get the right foot to the inside of your right hand and drop your left knee. Whatever it takes to get there. Aww. On an inhale, rise up into your low lunge, just a breath or two here. Exhale, return your hands to the earth. Maybe bring a block under your left hand. Right hand to your right thigh or hip. Squeeze your legs together and start to twist to your right. You can reach your right hand back in space or maybe up to the sky. Maybe somewhere in between. See what feels good for your shoulder today. You can stay exactly as you are, or maybe you start to lighten the load on your left hand, maybe even reaching the left hand to the sky, letting the right hand drop back behind you. Maybe it finds the back of your left thigh. Look anywhere that helps you balance. Maybe you can look over your right shoulder towards the ground below. Inhale. Exhale, return both hands to the earth. Step back into plank pose, inhaling and exhaling. Inhale. Exhale, lower your knees, lower your chest all the way, untuck your toes. Inhale, lift your heart, cobra or baby cobra. Press the tops of your feet into the earth, another breath like this. Exhale, lower down, tuck your toes, find downward facing dog. A breath or two here. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, bring the left foot to the top of the mat. Lower your right knee, untucking the toes. Inhale, rise up, low lunge. Couple of breaths like this. Inhale. Exhale, bring your hands to the earth. Maybe a block comes under the right hand. Left hand to thigh or hip. Start to twist your torso to the left. Imagine squeezing your legs together so we're not just dumping into the hips. Keep the integrity. Maybe you reach your left fingertips back in space. Maybe up to the sky, seeing what feels best today. And after a breath or two, perhaps you explore lifting the right hand off of the earth, maybe reaching the right fingertips to the sky, maybe the left hand finds the back of the right thigh. You might be somewhere in between, that's fine too. Wherever you are, see if you can lift your torso up out of your hips. Notice the front of your right hip. Another big breath. And exhale, replace both hands on the earth. Prepare to step forward. Inhale. Exhale, giant step to the top of the mat, forward fold. Straighten your left leg, bend your right leg. Keep your right hand on the block or ground. Left hand to left hip. Start looking and twisting to your left. Maybe you reach your left hand to the sky. Keep your abdominal engagement active. Press the four corners of both feet into the earth. You can look up towards your left thumb, or maybe keep your gaze down. Another breath. And with your exhale, bend your left knee, plant your left hand, straighten your right leg, right hand to hip. Start to revolve your torso to the right. Maybe you reach your right fingertips to the sky, core engaged, anchored into the four corners of the feet. Maybe look up to the right thumb, creating length in the body. Inhale deeply. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise up, arms out and up. Exhale, sit back into chair pose, Utkatasana. Inhale for length. Exhale, hands come to your heart. Take a twist to your left. Fold forward. Maybe you can hook your right elbow onto your left thigh. Glance down. Make sure your knees are staying relatively even here. There's a chance that right knee is jutting forward. Try to keep them level. The knees are indicating that our hips are in alignment or not. Breathe here. Maybe you start to carry weight into your left leg, and maybe you can step your right leg back, transitioning into a revolved high lunge. If you did that, inhale, look forward. If you're still in chair, look forward. Exhale, step yourself back to Tadasana mountain pose. Inhale, reach out and up, and exhale, sit back, Utkatasana chair pose. Core engaged, long spine. When we glance down, we can see our toes in front of our knees. We can see our knees are even. Inhale, exhale, hands to heart center, twist to your right, fold forward. Maybe you can hook the left elbow onto the right thigh. Pressing the hands together to achieve a deeper twist. Glancing down, we see our knees are staying level. From here, maybe you carry the weight into your right leg, and maybe you step your left leg back. Revolved high lunge. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, step forward. Tadasana. I'm not sure what I just did with my arms. Inhale, reach out and up. Exhale, hinge forward. Inhale, lift halfway, long spine. Exhale, fold all the way down. Inhale, rise all the way up. And exhale, hands to your heart. Finding some balance, so if you need props or tools, grab them. Return to Tadasana Mountain Pose. Start to shift weight into your left leg and float your right foot off of the earth. You can stay right here for everything we're going to do. So maybe this is where you go. Maybe you bend your right knee, thigh towards parallel to the earth. Option here to interlace your hands under your thigh. Let your leg drop heavy. Keep drawing your shoulder blades together and down. Also an option to grab your strap and hold it under the thigh. You can stay just like this. Maybe you release your right hand and reach it back behind you, feeling your torso rotate to the right. You can keep supporting the bottom of your right thigh with your left hand, or you can bring your left hand across the top of the right thigh, hooking onto the outside of it. Maybe you start to extend your right leg long. Breathe deeply wherever you've gone. Notice the left foot on the earth. Stand into the left leg, engaging the left gluteal muscles. Maybe you look back towards your right thumb. Wherever you are, one more breath. And wherever you are, slowly release. Return to mountain pose. Slowly carry the weight into your right leg. Let your left foot float off of the ground. You can stay here. Maybe you explore bending the left knee, bringing the thigh towards parallel. Here you can interlace your hands under your thighs. Thigh. Breathe. Maybe you release your left hand, arm reaching back behind you. Feel your torso start to rotate. You can keep your right hand where it is or bring it across the top of your left thigh. Maybe you lengthen your left leg. Maybe you look back. You can always explore and then return to what feels best. Nothing ventured, nothing gained, but at the same time, no need to cause harm, just to try to make a wild shape. Another breath or two. And slowly unwind, return to Tadasana Mountain Pose. Inhale, reach out and up. And exhale, fold forward. Plant your hands, step yourself right back into downward facing dog. Oh, good stretch. Put a bend in your knees and walk your hands back, that short, awkward dog. Reach your right hand towards your left ankle, twisting and looking under your left armpit. Release your right hand back to the earth, left hand towards the right ankle or heel, twisting to the right, looking under the right armpit. Push the ground away. Release. Walk yourself back to a normal long dog. Inhale deeply in downward facing dog and exhale, drop your knees. Send your hips back and swing your legs around the front. Bring your right foot to the inside of your left thigh. I'm not going to mirror. All right, so all of us have our right foot on the inside of the left thigh. Reach both arms up. Rotate so your belly button's facing towards your knee and toes, and exhale, hinge forward. Again, an opportunity to use your strap, looping it over the foot. You can stay here or keep holding your left foot or ankle or leg with the left hand and reach your right arm up and around behind you. Maybe your right fingertips can latch onto the left thigh. And maybe you look over your right shoulder. Revolved head to knee pose. Couple more breaths here. If you took the bind, release your right hand from behind your back. Return to neutral, folded forward. And inhale, rise up, releasing. Switch your legs. Send your right leg long. Press your left foot into your thigh. Get to where maybe you could see. Inhale, reach your arms up. Twist your torso. Belly button faces more towards your knee and toes. Exhale, hinge forward. Breathing, press your foot into your thigh, thigh into foot. As you do that, maybe you feel your hips shift a little. Perhaps you keep holding with your right arm, hand, and lift your left arm up overhead and then around back behind you. Maybe there you can walk your left fingertips onto your right thigh, helping you deepen the twist. Notice both hips connected to the earth. Your right leg is still active. A couple more breaths here. Moving into the posture, any amount that feels good. If you took the bind, slowly release it on an exhale, returning to neutral, fold forward. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, send both legs long. Oh, sorry. You can keep your legs long or bend your knees, planting your feet. We're going to roll onto our spine as slowly as our core muscles will allow. Slowly leaning back. Once you get onto your back, send your feet to the sky. Point and flex, maybe draw circles with your toes. Hug your knees into your chest and rock side to side. Now feel free to take your favorite reclined spinal twist. Open your arms out wide. I'll cue for my favorite. So cross your right leg over your left and let your legs fall off to the left side. When you get there, settle in, allow your shoulders to soften onto the mat as best they can. From here, maybe you straighten your top leg, kicking the heel out to the distance, and maybe you look over your right shoulder. When you're ready, breathing deeply, return to neutral. You might rock a little side to side with your knees at your chest, and then cross your left leg over your right, and let the legs fall off to the right side. As you get there, settle in, let your shoulders soften. Maybe you look towards the left. Maybe you extend your top leg long. A few breaths like this. Breathe deeply and release the twist, hugging your knees in towards your chest. Take any other movement that you like. And when you're ready, send your legs and arms out long, taking a rest in Shavasana. Trust that this time is valuable, that this posture has at least as many benefits as the more active ones. Let your body be heavy. Feel your feet flop open away from each other. Feel a wave of relaxation roll over you from the soles of your feet, up your shins and calves, over your knees, your thighs. Your hips sink into the earth. Your belly is soft. Your ribs press into the ground. Shoulders and arms. Hands let go. Your neck relaxes. Soften your cheeks. Release your tongue from the roof of your mouth. Feel your head sink into the ground. You could imagine like you're lying in warm sand, just sinking in. And breathe here. When we feel love and kindness towards others, it not only makes others feel loved and cared for, but it helps us also to develop inner happiness and peace. Maybe you call to mind someone who you love. Picture them there. And notice how it feels to love them. Deepen your breath. Invite movement back into your body, wiggling your fingers and toes. Take your time, making your way back to an easy seated posture. You can keep your eyes closed as long as is comfortable. Sit tall with your hands together. Inhale for one long Om. Thank you so much for sharing this practice with me and with each other. You'll have a video sent to you for tomorrow for the next 8 days practice, and I will see you on the other side. Bye, Everett. Bye, Delia.